Igbama mụrụ nze mmụọ ọzọ, anyị ekene unu. Anyị si ka nke onye chiri ya ezelụkwa. Dịka o si dị, ebe anyị si na-ewetara onye bụ ozi n'iru akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị nke taa bụ Eastern News 24. Ya bụ ozi bụ gbasara maka ya bụ ife na-ada na akpọtụ na the whole Eastern region and mkpagbu na nwere onwe ndị Igbo na-azọ. Ozi e wetara unu bụ ihe a bụ Deputy Prime Minister bụ Dr. NGOZI ORABUEZE bịa wetara ya ozi n'ụbọchị nke taa n'iru akwụkwọ gbasara maka ka ya bụ ife si wee na-akpọtụ ebe dị iche iche. And dịka ihe ga ya bụ ife were ịgwa ụmụ Igbo kaba alụ kiri ya tia n'ife Biafran Chief of Defense Staff bụ and also Deputy Prime Minister bụ Dr. NGOZI ORABUEZE were ikwu. Over to you.
Nigerians, indigenous Nigerians, and indigenous Biafrans. That can never be allowed to go on. They don't follow the rules made by these organizations they belong to. And some of the world leaders, you sit on the table with this criminal state and want the world to believe in these organizations. That is not going to happen. That will not happen. Appropriate sanctions must be taken against Nigeria immediately for people to leave. I also listened to one of the Nigerian activists, the prosecutors, saying self-determination laws, decolonization laws, human rights laws, which are widely and widely accepted to make the world a better place, it does not apply to Nigeria. That is exactly what they are telling you. It does not apply to Nigeria. According to him, Tinubu clearly believed that the law of Nigeria supersedes any international organization they belong to. That is why they are very reckless in their activities. And nobody is doing anything about that. That cannot continue. Because if we allow the leaders of countries in the world to carry out activities, to do things they want, then this world will be a very dangerous place for our children, for our grandchildren, yet unborn. That is why Nigeria must be confronted with appropriate sanctions to make people leave, to make the world a better place. They thrive on criminality. They thrive on bribery. Everywhere they see something good is going to happen, they send their agents there. They bribe them. Most of their customers, they send into Nigeria. They bribe them with choice cars, choice homes, choice money. That is why when they engage in their criminality, those embassies, they don't talk. Those ambassadors, they don't talk. How long are we going to continue to allow things like that happen? How are we going to make countries, how are we going to make the world a better place? Again, I want to use this opportunity to let the world know that the killing of Christians by the Nigerian state can never stop if Nigeria does not obey and follow the laws of different organizations established in the world to make the world a better place. Over 5 courts discharged and acquitted Nnamdi Kanu, including the court in Kenya. But today, Nigerian government has jailed him for life. And what does that tell the world? What does that tell the world? And you have the agents scattered all over the world, lying and misinforming people. That is the world those in Nigeria, indigenous Nigeria, live in. That is why the United States of Biafra has declared their independence through a self-referendum where over 50 million Biafrans voted to exit Nigeria. And on November 29, 2024, thousands of Biafrans gathered in Latifunda to declare our independence. That independence must be respected by every country in the world. It is a choice of the people. We've spoken that must be respected, regardless of who you are, Because we cannot continue to live with a country that reintegrates non-terrorists into the military and the police. That is a clear red signal danger to the world. The targeting of Christians by the Nigerian state cannot continue. Nigeria must crumble for people to live. There is nothing, absolutely nothing to gain with the continued existence of that entity called Nigeria, except law. Continue. A Kenyan court, an appeal court, and when we see him in court fighting for his dear life, some people say, oh, he's stubborn, he doesn't want to listen. Put yourself in the shoe of Nnamdi Kanu, where your brother, your sister, your mother has been murdered back in the Nigerian state. Put yourself in his shoe and tell me what you would do if you were in his position. Tell me what you would do. You will be smiling. You will behave like a disciplined child. You will not talk. You will just bow your head. You will say yes when they want you to say yes. You will say no when they want you to say no. If you were in his shoes, and in the shoes of thousands of indigenous Biafrans whose mothers, fathers, breadwinners have been killed by Tinubu and the Nigerian state, what will you do? Tell me what you will do. Why their agents carry out lies on Twitter, on social media, lying their way everywhere. They expect us to keep quiet. They expect you to be confused. They will tell you, oh, Muslims are killed Allah. No, Muslims are not killed Allah. They were kill Christians in Nigeria. And it's not just the killing. The full integration of Nigeria into the IRC, into the Islamic organization, is not acceptable by the Christians that reside in Nigeria. You cannot have a whole bunch of Christians and dump them into the IRC and expect us to live by the laws of the Sharia law. That is not going to happen. And that is not acceptable. That is what Nigeria has done. That is why today Nigeria is a member of the Islamic organization. Did we approve that? No. Did the Biafra Christians approve that? No. And they use these laws against the Christians, whether you like it or not. That is not going to be acceptable. This back-10 thing today means nothing to the full restoration and declaration which we already done of the United States of Biafra. If Tinubu and God thinks that this thing they put today to Nnamdi Kanu will stop Biafra, will stop us, I'm telling them, we will come out in a different way than we've seen Biafrans before. It is a practice. You can continue to cheer our mothers, kill our fathers, our brothers and sisters, Lord of God, and you expect us to be quiet. Never, never. This game has just begun today. It's a promise. Let's get to the root of all these problems, which Nigeria has refused to address. The root of all these problems include the marginalization of Biafrans, the marginalization of indigenous Nigerians, the killing of Christians in Nigeria, the killing of innocent Biafrans that have not committed any crime, the injustice, the milking of our natural resources without any compensation, and the killing of anyone that seeks for fair treatment for our people, not obeying any judicial laws. Nigeria does not obey the laws, even the law they made. That was why Nnamdi Kanu was asking them, under what law are you trying me? Under a law that's been repealed? They couldn't. They have nothing. They said he got a transmitter. He bought a transmitter. Yes, he got a transmitter. That's what Nigeria said. For what? To transmit the injustice, to tell our people to run away with the Nigerian military. Of the freedom of the people. The killing of thousands of Christians while negotiating with the terrorists, carrying chains of guns on their necks. The lack of respect for basic human rights. Clamp-down of oppositional political views, such as they did to Nnamdi Kanu, such as they colluded with Finland to Simon Epa, such as they listed the innocent Laredo that they published on ATA Newspaper, such as they did to thousands of Biafrans, languishing in different jails, in different DSS jails, in different police stations, in different army barracks around the country. All this, Tinubu is not addressing it. He don't care about that. As long as he has ordered his men to continue the forceful removal of Biafrans from their home, so that he can continue to milk the oil and natural resources of Biafra and ship it abroad to their partners. That's all they care for. The basic problems that cause what is happening today, Tinubu does not want to address that. He and the Nigerian politicians, they are not addressing that. But not anymore. We must address that. That has been taken care of by the independence of the United States of America. We need our own nation. We have our own nation. We cannot continue to live in a country where Sharia laws are applied to Christians. We all remember the killing, the burning of Deborah in the northern part of Nigeria. She didn't commit any crime. She was just a Christian. But Tinubu and Co, they engineered the burning of that innocent Christian. What did they do about that? Absolutely nothing. The next thing they tell you, they try to tell America, oh, Christians and Muslims are killed alive. We are going to go ahead and flush. the reintegration of terrorists and labeling them as terrorists. That's what they do. The real terror shit with the real terrorists. We Christians, we Biafrans are the ones Tinubu is saying they are fishing out the terrorists. They pretend they want to follow the order by President Trump. Then they will go into Biafra forests. They go into our homes, bring out innocent indigenous Biafrans and Nigerians, kill them, let them attack them.
Amaka, don't blame that guy. Don't forget about the guy. Or the I don't know who she is.
These people Tinubu is killing our innocent
Don't bother yourself about that comment.
and innocent indigenous Biafrans. They are not going near the terrorists. I'm telling the world to know this now. And then they come out and tell you they are going after the banditry because Donald Trump tried to go after that. No! They are intensifying their opinion, subjugation, intimidation of innocent indigenous Nigerians and indigenous Biafrans. That is two ways to combat. We need very stringent sanctions against the Nigerian state. And we also need the world to recognize the United States of Biafra that was declared in Latin Finland on November the 29th, 2024. Without that, without these two actions, the killing of Christians in Nigeria we see at unprecedented level. Because the people that Tinubu and the politicians are killing and labeling as terrorists and bandits are innocent Christians. They are not the terrorists. I promise you that. They are not the terrorists. They cannot get near the terrorists. They negotiate with the terrorists. They hand the terrorists into the Nigerian military and police because indigenous Nigerians do not join Nigerian military and police anymore. They do not. Because they are polluted with religion. This is one of the actions of things they do to thousands of indigenous Nigerians and indigenous Biafrans. They do that every single day. They kill them every single day. They kill them through the body phase of the reintegration of terrorists into Nigeria. It is a standing policy initiated Tinubu and Nigerian politicians. They have to do that as one of the conditions to remember to be a member of the IOC Islamic Organization state. So do not be deceived that thing they tell you, he who wears his shoe knows where it pinches. We are the people that knows where this pain comes from, nobody else. Nobody else, we know that. You can have an idea. As we speak today, another Catholic priest has been executed. Nigeria lie their ways. They lie their ways everywhere. What happened today? They typically, they hit all the problems they cause, all the Nigerian problems. They try to keep it on the head of America. Let no one be deceived by that. No one should be carried away by that. All these problems they hit on Nnamdi said, the problem engineered by Tinubu and the Nigerian state. But at the end of the day, the Christians and indigenous Nigerians, we are always scapegoats to the criminality of the Nigerian state. So we know that's what they do every day. They deflect all the evils they commit by using Onyedun Nandikanu's case. They did this to let you all. They published it to the world. Oh, Nandikanu was doing this. Nandikanu was saying, oh, all those lies they hit on Onyedun Nandikanu with all the paid witnesses they brought. Oh, Nandikanu said they want the head of this person because of this. But Nigeria state has not told you the thousands of innocent Christians they murder every single day. And nobody accounts for that. The indigenous of Biafrans have been murdered in their numbers. Thousands were murdered in Hackney Junction, in the Bunch, in Aba, in Habuku, in the Niger Delta. Many indigenous Biafrans have been murdered. But the Nigerian state, but Tinubu, who is talking about that? Somebody should answer me. Who is talking for those innocent Christians murdered by the Nigerian police, by the Nigerian military, by the Nigerian PSS? Who is going to talk for them? Or you think they're not humans, right? You think they don't deserve somebody to speak for them? Then we're not going to want to speak for them. Nigerians, they Tinubu labeled him a terrorist. That is exactly what they do. What has those innocent indigenous Biafrans done? Nothing, except let my people go. Except we want our own nation. Except we have the right to self-determination. Except we do not want to be decolonized. We want no one to colonize us. That's exactly what Biafrans are saying. And there are laws, international humanitarian laws that as they say that you have the right to do it. We need your power to stop somebody who is colonized. Those thousands of killings Tinubu and Co is doing, they did. The open war killings, engineered, the legitimized Southeast and Southern governors wanting to happen with the Nigerian terrorist state. You didn't hear that during that trial today. No, nobody heard that. Because Nigeria, they can lie their way to have whatever they want. But you know what? You know what? We are going to stop that. The United States of Biafra government, we will stop this terrorist state of Nigeria. It is our task to stop this terrorism in this part of the world. And I want to use this opportunity to call on all well-meaning country leaders to support the United States of Biafra to stop this menace of the Nigerian state, to stop this killing of the Nigerian state, to stop this marginalization, subjugation, intimidation by Tinubu and the Nigerian politicians, to stop the criminality of the Nigerian state, where thousands of dollars, billions of dollars have been acquired just by one individual, while the community vanishes in abject poverty, no good road. There's nowhere in Nigeria today you have pipe-borne water. There is no pipe-borne water. You cannot enter your house and open the tap and collect drinking water. Not in Nigeria. If you build a house, you must build a borehole. It is from that borehole that the people living in that place will be pumping water to the tank upstairs, and from the tank they will have water in their different apartments. And this is a country that some of you milk the natural and all resources, thousands of billions of dollars. You take it away from the innocent images that did that. Some people collude with the politicians. And you take that away from our people. Why they die? From basic illnesses. When till we sick, he flies to France. When these politicians are sick, they fly abroad. One fly abroad when they develop those healthcare sectors in Nigeria. What? And some of you think it's fair. And some of you think we can continue like that. No. Never. We cannot. Again, I just want to use this opportunity to thank the Biafran people as we go through this tragedy, which is 1 in a million, being carried out by the Nigerian state on a daily basis against Biafran Christians. Biafrans are Christians. The United States of Biafra government will continue to use every legal way, every means possible to defend our land. Self-defense is our right. I'm calling on the Nigerian state at this point to remove every Nigerian military or police in Biafra territory. The United States of Biafra is a sovereign nation as we speak today. You are currently occupying a foreign land. You must remove the Nigerian military, the Nigerian police, the Nigerian security from Biafra territory, from the 40 states of Biafra land. Tinubu, I'm calling on you to remove the Nigerian police military currently in Biafra land because we are a sovereign nation. That is the expectation. On that note, Honorable Mouthpiece, we are going to take 1 or 2 or 3 comments, and that will be it for the day.
The Honorable Secretary for Finance for the United States of Biafra government. Go ahead, come there. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Her Excellency, Deputy Prime Minister and Chief of Staff of the United States of Biafra. Thank you, Biafrans, for listening. We understand how each and every one of us feel. But what happened today is a fear that really sets in our mind and in our head the need for our freedom. Thank you, Her Excellency. You have delivered an absolutely excellent brief here. It can be better than this. Today, as the Deputy Prime Minister summarized, it's a travesty of justice. Nigeria at her best, perpetrating not only terrorism in the killing field, which is the Nigerian ground, but in the judiciary. Nigeria, which is a #1 terrorist country in the world, today has shown the world what they are. These are people that lie to the pit of hell. I don't know if you all saw it, but today also, our leader, Mazin Namdekano, pointed to the terrorist DSS man who attacked him in detention in their dungeon. This is a gross abuse. He's been denied medical care. And also today, he pointed out to the abuser. And I'm sure the world wouldn't let that pass. They've all along refused camera in the courts. Today, they had a camera in there. And what did our leader do? Nothing. This is a country that has perpetrated and done the most heinous kidnapping and act of extraordinary rendition. And now they are benefiting from their criminal acts. It doesn't happen that way. The world saw it. This is a man that has done nothing wrong. Even the appeal court set him free. The Kenyan court set him free. The NGOZI court set him free. But what does the terrorist Nigerian government and their terrorist judiciary want? They want his head. But it's not going to happen. Try someone on an extant law that doesn't exist. Nigeria did what it's known for. Doing everything wrong, illegally, and then they're talking about terrorism in the country. Well, the government and then their judiciary are all perpetrating terrorist acts. This is a case of terrorist Nigerian government weaponizing the judiciary for political ends to silence the voice of freedom. We cannot be silenced. We cannot be silenced. And then we are really using this opportunity and appealing to the world, to every human being that listened or watched this jungle travesty of justice today, to please support the United States of Biafra. That's the only solution. The hatred that the Nigerian government, their judiciary, and all the integrated terrorist Fulani, all the hatred that they have, for the Christian Biafrans is magnanimous. It's beyond human experience. Biafrans, we are bleeding. And I know the world mourns with us. But what Biafra needs now is support. The disintegration of Nigeria terrorist government is the only solution that everyone should work for. We have tried several years, more than a century. It's not working. Can you imagine? See how these terrorists, now their judiciary. Their judiciary see these terrorist Fulanis that are really smashing the heads of Biafrans with all these metal irons smashing.
ndị be anyị ngwadalụli nne n'ukwu n'isi wee na-esonyere anyị n'iru akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị uhuruchi nke taa ka efi were ikwu gbasịta maka ya bụ ihe Biafran Chief of Staff kwuru n'iru akwụkwọ bụ Dr. NGOZI ORABUEZE gịnị ka i were ikwu n'ụdị nke gị gbasara maka ebe ife ndị a niile nọ okwu n'iru akwụkwọ drọpụọla ya alụ gị drọpụọla ife iche n'ụdị nke gị ka a mara ife iche your own reaction gbasara maka ebe ife na Eastern News 24 ebe anyị si wetara onye bụ ozi ọzọ dị ka ịbịa bụ tụsakwa ya bụ ozi ka ụmụnna anyị dozi n'ebe dị iche iche wee marakwa ife na-emenụ and wee mara the update on the latest development on Biafra Republic government in exile. Daalụ